Welcome back to my YouTube channel Rare Coins Treasures. What if I told you that a single penny you forgot in a dusty drawer could be worth over $643,000 right now? Yes, you heard that right, not a gold coin. Not a rare artifact from ancient Rome. A 2009 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Right now, thousands of Americans are unknowingly sitting on fortunes hidden in old jars, coffee tins, and boxes under their beds. And here's the crazy part. One of the rarest pennies in U.S. history. It's barely 16 years old and most people don't even know it exists. So the question is, do you have it? Let's find out. In 2009. To honor the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint released a special series of 4 Lincoln cents, each depicting a different stage of Honest Abe's life. It was a monumental tribute. But buried in that historic release was a hidden treasure. Among the billions of coins minted, a few elusive 2009 pennies without a mint mark began to surface. These weren't ordinary coins. They were struck with abnormalities, some with ultra-rare errors, some from an uncommon die, and some with shocking flaws, and one of them, it sold for an astonishing $643,000 at auction. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny worth $643,000? I can't even get a gumball for that anymore. Yeah, welcome to the wild world of numismatics, where change really does change lives. But here's the kicker, these ultra-rare 2009 no-mint mark pennies have unique diagnostics, like extra thickness, doubled features, or even satin finishes never meant for circulation. And while most people toss them aside as regular pocket change, the few who recognized them, they cashed in big time. Let's break it down. Why is this penny, of all pennies, so valuable? No mint mark under the date 2009. Reverse designs, specifically the presidency version, is highly sought after. Errors, look for doubled dies, misalignments. Missing design elements. Satin finish, some of these were from collector's sets that slipped into circulation. Uncirculated condition, the less handled, the higher the grade. The higher the value. One nearly perfect specimen recently graded at MS 69, that's mint state 69 out of a possible 70, sold for just under $643,000. And it's not just a one-off. Others have sold for $12,000, $85,000, even 6 figures, depending on condition and rarity. Now, before you start flipping your couch cushions like a maniac, easy, tiger. We still need to talk about how you can tell if your penny is the jackpot or just jingle. Don't clean the coin. Don't list it on eBay without grading. Do get it professionally appraised. Do look for verified auction records, like Heritage Auctions or PCGS price guides. But what if you do have one? What's the next move? Stick around, because in just a moment, I'm going to reveal how one man turned a penny into a luxury home and how you can too. Meet Jim Taylor, a 62-year-old retired mechanic from Ohio. He had a jar of pennies in his garage, forgotten for decades. After watching a video just like this one, he checked and discovered a 2009 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent with a rare die crack. It graded at MS 67 and sold for $71,000 at auction. He used that money to pay off his mortgage, take his wife to Italy, and invest in more rare coins, now worth over $300,000. Let me say that again. A single penny became the launchpad for a life of freedom, luxury, and zero debt. But here's the cold truth. Every day you wait, more of these pennies are being found, graded, and sold by someone else, and the longer you ignore the change in your drawer, the more money you could be losing without even knowing it. This isn't just a video, this is your wake-up call. Go check your change jars, pull out that old shoebox, dig through the glove compartment, because your penny might just be the next $643,000 game changer. Want to know exactly how to sell it and who will pay top dollar? Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell, because next week we're revealing the top 3 buyers paying record prices for rare coins in 2025. Would you throw away $832,000? Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what thousands of Americans are doing without even realizing it. You see, there's a forgotten penny from 1960, just 1 cent, that's quietly turning ordinary people into millionaires. And here's the kicker, you might already have it. This isn't just another a rare coin video. This is your wake-up call. Because time is running out and you could be sitting on a gold mine without even knowing it. Still think your spare change is just junk? Think again. Setting the stage. Create emotional stakes. Let's rewind to the year 1960. A gallon of gas cost 31 cents. Elvis was still topping the charts. And the U.S. Mint in Denver was quietly producing what would later become one of the most controversial and sought-after coins in American history, the 1960 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, here's where it gets interesting. In 1960, the Denver Mint released two versions of this penny, a large date and a small date variation. Most people tossed them in jars, wallets, or piggy banks without a second thought. But one of these versions is a ticking time bomb of value. Imagine telling your kids their college fund is buried in the couch cushions. That's not a joke, that's reality for some lucky collectors. But why is this penny so valuable? What makes one dirty copper coin worth more than a Lamborghini? Let's break it down. Build intrigue and suspense. Reveal hidden value. The 1960 D small date penny, especially in mint state with a high grade, say MS67 or above, is incredibly rare. Why? Because most coins from that era were mass-produced and poorly stored. Mint-condition coins are like finding a needle in a haystack inside another haystack. And then there's the twist. One of these coins, certified by PCGS, sold for a staggering $832,000 at auction. Yes, $832,000. At that price, this penny isn't a coin, it's a small, circular retirement plan. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I've got the valuable one? Great question. Here's what to look for. Identifying the jackpot coin. The small date has a narrower 0 in 1960. The top of the 6 is higher than the top of the 1. It must have the D mint mark indicating Denver. High-value coins must be in exceptional condition. Think no scratches, brilliant luster, and sharp details. Graded by PCGS or NGC, anything MS66 and above is premium. MS67? You're in six-figure territory. Don't have one? Keep watching because there's more. Much more. In a moment, I'll reveal how one family uncovered this coin by accident and it changed their lives forever. Meet the Petersons, a middle-aged couple from Indiana. One day, cleaning out their late grandfather's toolbox, they stumbled on an old mason jar filled with pennies. You know where this is going. They almost gave it away to a neighbor's kid. But something told them to check. And guess what? Inside was a 1960 D small date penny graded MS67. Fast forward a few months and their coin sold for over $700,000 at auction. They paid off their mortgage, bought a beach house in Florida, and now run a small nonprofit. That's not luck. That's being informed. That's taking action. So what are you going to do? Ignore the coin jar and hope for the best? Or are you going to search, check, and cash in before it's too late? Because every day someone else discovers their rare coin and every day you wait is a day you lose. Check your coins today, especially those from 1960 with a D mint mark. Look for the small date. If you think you've found a winner, get it graded. Because it only takes 1 cent to rewrite your story. Oh, and if you think the 1960 D penny is impressive, wait until you hear what's hiding inside a 1984 Lincoln cent. Subscribe now. Because that one might be even more valuable. You're not just collecting coins. You're collecting freedom. This 1 cent coin from 1964 with a tiny D under the date could be worth up to $743,000 today. And guess what? You might have it sitting in your pocket change jar right now. Most people toss this coin aside, thinking it's worthless. But today we're about to break the silence on one of the most misunderstood and wildly valuable coins in American history. The 1964 D Lincoln penny is hiding secrets that could change your life forever. Let's rewind to 1964. Gas was 30 cents a gallon, JFK had just been lost, and the U.S. Mint was cranking out billions of Lincoln cents to ease the coin shortage. Among the sea of copper, one coin slipped through the cracks and became a treasure that only a few would recognize. It had the Denver Mint mark, that little D, but what makes it so incredibly valuable isn't just the mark. It's a rare combination of mint errors, ultra-high quality, and let's just say a little bit of mystery. Now, before you grab your reading glasses and start digging through Grandma's cookie tin, hang on. We need to talk about what separates a common penny from one that could pay off your mortgage, buy a beach house, and still leave enough to fund your early retirement. Here's where it gets serious. Out of the over 3 billion 1964 D pennies minted, only a tiny fraction have the traits collectors will spend 6 figures for. And one recently auctioned for, you guessed it, $743,000. But what exactly makes a 1964 D penny worth that much? And how do you know if you got one? Don't blink, we're diving into that right now. Alright, let's break it down. To understand what turns an ordinary 1-cent coin into a six-figure prize, you need to look for these rare indicators: die errors and double dies. Some 1964 pennies were struck using misaligned or doubled dies, leading to a visible doubling on Lincoln's profile, the date, or the letters Liberty. These errors weren't intentional, but they are exactly what collectors crave. Ultra-high grade, mint state 67 plus. If your coin is nearly flawless, no scratches, no discoloration, barely handled, it could be graded MS 67 or higher. Only a handful have ever reached this level. And when they do, the auction houses go wild. Let's just say your coffee budget for the next decade could be fully covered by one of these shiny little discs. Red coloration, not brown or red-brown. Most copper pennies age into a dull brown. But coins kept in pristine, climate-controlled environments retain their original red luster. These red RD coins skyrocket in value. That $743K sale? It was an MS67 RD. Now you may be thinking, okay, but how do I really know if my penny is rare? I'm about to show you the exact steps to check your coin, and the one mistake most sellers make that costs them a fortune: don't try to clean the coin. Ever. Cleaning can destroy its value instantly. Collectors want raw authenticity, not polished souvenirs. Get it graded professionally. Send it to PCGS or NGC. These professional grading services certify your coin's condition, strike, and authenticity. Without their stamp of approval, your $1,000,000 penny could be treated like just another penny. Every week, someone unknowingly spends a rare penny at the gas station. Don't let your coin become spare change for a candy bar. Auction it the right way. Once verified, contact top coin auction houses like Heritage or Stacksbowers. They've handled coins that sold for more than Ferraris. Just imagine, what if you cashed in one forgotten coin and unlocked the lifestyle you've only dreamed about? No more debt. No more 9 to 5 grind. Just freedom, and it starts with checking your change. But here's the kicker: there's another 1964 penny variety, even rarer than this one, and hardly anyone knows about it. That's coming in our next episode, and it could blow the $743,000 record out of the water. So, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and share this with someone who might be sitting on a fortune without knowing it. Your future might just be one penny away from millionaire status. Don't miss it. You may have walked past a fortune without even knowing it. Maybe it's sitting in your kitchen drawer right now. Rusted, ignored, forgotten. But what if I told you that a simple 1970 Lincoln penny, yes, a single 1-cent coin, recently fetched a staggering $586,000 at auction? That's not a typo. That's $586,000 for one penny. And the scariest part? Most people have no clue why. You could be holding this exact coin and throw it away thinking it's just pocket change. Heck, you could have tipped a barista with a six-figure coin and just walked away. Ouch. Today, we're diving into why the 1970 penny is making millionaires, what to look for in your old coins, and how you could turn a drawer full of junk into your retirement plan. But here's the twist: most 1970 pennies are worthless, except for one shocking detail that changes everything. Stay with me. Let's rewind to 1970. Gas was 36 cents a gallon. The Beatles had just broken up, and over 2.9 billion Lincoln cents were minted in Denver. So why is one of them now worth more than most luxury cars? Because among those billions, a mistake was made. And as strange as it sounds, it's that mistake that made the coin priceless. Now, here's where it gets exciting and a little nerve-wracking. The rare 1970 penny that sold for $586,000 is known as a small-date double die obverse. A mouthful, but here's what it means in plain English. The date and inscriptions were accidentally struck twice, creating a doubling effect you can see with the naked eye. Zoom in effect or animation. Look for doubling on the date and the word Liberty. Small date versus large date. The 7 in 1970 is level with the 0. In the valuable version, double die, clear doubling on letters and numbers. Mint mark. It must be AD. For Denver, no. You can't just rub your eyes and see double. That's coffee. You need a magnifier or high-res photo to spot the real doubling. And here's the kicker. Most people who own this coin have no idea what it's worth. Every day that passes, someone unknowingly spends it, loses it, or leaves it in a shoebox. In 2024, a verified specimen of the 1970 small date double die sold for $586,000 through Heritage Auctions. But even slightly less dramatic errors are raking in $3,000 to $20,000 on eBay, estate sales, and private collections. But here's what makes this more urgent than ever. A hidden wave of buyers is quietly snatching these coins before the public catches on. Imagine sitting on a treasure chest while worrying about bills. Imagine finding a coin that pays off your mortgage and still leaves money for a yacht. Grab your 1970 pennies. Check the date style is the 7 level with the 0. Use a magnifying glass or macro camera. Look for doubling on the date and Liberty. Get a professional grading service involved, like PCGS or NGC. Do not sell to local buyers without knowing your coin's real worth, because once it's gone, it's gone. These coins are rapidly disappearing into private collections. And when supply drops, value goes up. You're not just holding copper and zinc. You're holding a piece of history and possibly a 6-figure windfall. Don't wait until someone else cashes in on your fortune. Take control. Check your change. Inspect your jars. Revisit that old coin collection you inherited. Because every week, someone tosses a $500,000 penny into a Coinstar machine. Don't be that person. Subscribe for more on rare coins that are making everyday people rich. Hit the bell so you never miss $1 million opportunity again. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or think you might have one now. We read every story. In our next episode, we uncover a 1992 penny so rare it almost never existed, and it just might be sitting in your pocket change. You won't believe how much it's worth. What if I told you that a tiny, everyday penny, something you've probably tossed in a jar or forgotten in a couch cushion, could be worth $756,000? Yes, $756,000. For a single 1973 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? Well, it's not. It's very real. And it's waiting, maybe even in your own collection. Asterisk before you roll your eyes and say, I'm not a millionaire, hear this out. Because what you're about to learn could change your financial future forever. Penny for your thoughts. More like penny for your mansion. The conflict and rising action? Why this penny? Why now? Now, why is this 1973 no mint mark penny so valuable? Let's break it down. Most pennies you see are worth, well, basically their weight in copper. A few cents at best. But the 1973 no mint mark penny is different. Only a tiny batch was ever produced without a mint mark, a mysterious oversight during production that created a rare variety, one that collectors have been hunting for decades. Asterisk, but here's the catch. Not every 1973 penny is worth this fortune. Condition, authenticity, and provenance matter. You can't just find a random penny on the street and expect millions. But if you've got the real deal, imagine missing out on this rare treasure because you didn't realize what you had. How many fortunes have been lost to ignorance? So, how do you know if your penny is the real, $1 million 1973 no mint mark? Let's take a closer look. First, the penny is copper just like any other, but it lacks the D or S mint mark that should appear just beneath the date. The absence isn't a defect, it's a deliberate, rare minting error. Authentic specimens are strikingly scarce. Then we move to condition. The coin needs to be in near mint or uncirculated condition with sharp detail and no damage. These coins are so rare that even slight imperfections can reduce the value from hundreds of thousands to just a few $100s. If you have one, you're holding a piece of history and a potential goldmine. And no, you can't just rub it on a lucky rabbit's foot and expect the price to jump. Although it couldn't hurt to try. Now that you know the stakes. What's next? If you think you have a 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny, don't let it sit in a dusty drawer or worse, discard it. Get it appraised by a certified coin expert immediately. Time is money here. The market for rare coins is hot, and prices like $756,000 are more than just numbers. They're real offers waiting to be made. And remember, this isn't just about selling a coin. It's about transforming your life. Imagine what $500,000 could do for your family, your dreams, your future. But be warned, if you wait too long, someone else could claim your fortune. The clock is ticking and the market waits for no one. In fact, just last month, a similar penny sold in an exclusive private auction for nearly $760,000. Could you be sitting on the next big payday? The 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny is more than a coin, it's a ticket to a new lifestyle. So next time you find a penny, don't just pick it up for luck, pick it up for legacy. If you want to learn how to identify, protect, and sell rare pennies like this for millions, subscribe now and stay tuned. Your fortune could be just one penny away.